less than 30. You see most of the millionaires in the business, in this team, they are either there or there. Don't worry, we're going to now include those that are between 30 and 65, okay? So that I don't start praying to go very fast or start switching and wish you were young. Okay, and then to make them 6, let's make them 6. Okay? Let's make them 6. Let's balance the equation. 3 men, 3 ladies. Bring up stage Ambassador Peter Ngada. Ambassador Peter Ngada. Appreciate him, appreciate him. Why do I have a bias for the senior citizens? Why do I have a bias for the senior citizens? Most people do not plan their retirement. Somebody say retirement. When should you start planning your retirement? When you start planning your retirement? Before you retire, you're already late. The day you need secondary school, university, start planning your retirement. Because a lot of things can retire you before you retire. Some people can be retrenched from work. Is that possible? Life can happen. It can be an accident. It can just be something. Is that possible? It can be there's something that forces you to leave your vocation. A lot of people have been displaced, internally displaced. Is that possible? And maybe you go to a place where you now have to lose your job. Is that possible? What are other things that can make you retire before time? Who knows? Illness can make you retire before time. What else? Accident. God forbid, but accident. It happens to people. What else? If you are dead, you are not don't need to retire. Okay, but for your children, yes, for your children, yes. You can also plan that. Okay? So because of this, now, when people retire, there are 2 main dangers, 2 main dragons people face at retirement. How many? The first one is money. The first one is what? I'll add the third one. Though it's inside the second one, but I'll add the third one because it's significant. Most people, of course, your pension, the money you earn from your pension and gratuity. Gratuity comes in bulk. That's what that comes in bulk, Abi? Abi? Then pension, the now start giving you small, Abi? What percentage, what proportion of the salary on which you retire, what percentage of that salary is your pension? Who has an idea? Let's say you retired on, say, 300K a month. Is that how they do it? Or they do it based on how much you already have in your pension account? But can you give us a rough estimate? What percentage of, how many of us here are retired? Retired? How many of us here are retired? Retired. Okay? Ambassador Peter Ngada, can you just give us a rough estimate? Or maybe use yourself. I don't know, are you comfortable saying your last salary? Are you comfortable saying it? Just because somebody? Okay, give us a range. Give us a range. Then tell us how much is the pension. Are you comfortable saying the pension? You put your skill up for Ambassador Peter. Wait, please, they are all millionaires as you are seeing them on the stage. Okay, so if millionaires are not, they will not stand up, please. Sit down here, millionaire, please, sit down. And President, relax.
Thank you very much, our leader.
Yes, sir.
As far as the pension payable to retirees of the current days that we are using the contributory system, they will try as much as possible. The money you have collected, they would want you to get at least 50% of what you have been earning while you are actually working. And that is why some people will not get good gratuity, because if they give you 50%, like what the act says, you may not be able to have enough money that will go for some years, likely for 18 or 20 years, depending on the sex. Because for men, I think that we will live after 60 years. If you retire, when you reach 60, maybe you will live another 18 years. and therefore they will do the calculations based on that. And therefore your PFA or whatsoever will do the calculations to see to it that at least you earn 50% of what you have been earning. That is to say, if you have been earning 500, they will want your pension to be minimally at 250. If you are earning below that, you know what the ratio will be, and depending on your contribution. And the higher you know your income, you know the higher your contribution because it is percentages. For some organizations, compulsorily, your employer and the employee will have to contribute about 7.5% to meet up with the 15% of the gratuity or pension and gratuity which you will have to be contributing. And for government institutions that have not been contributing fully, there will be a problem there. Because even when it is due, some people will spend maybe about a year or two and they have not collected their gratuity. If they are lucky, they will only be allowed to collect their pension because it is not fully funded. And that is it. And therefore to retire, it is really a source of joy. But if you have not started doing any other thing, if you have not really prepared for your retirement, it will be a bad situation. And that is why, especially if you still have kids that you still have to sponsor when you have retired. And that is why, if somebody has an opportunity like the one most of you are having, like me, for one, I retired, I stayed 1 year, trying to get, doing something on my farm and the rest of them because I don't want to move from one place to the other, and that was my planning. If you don't plan very well, then you will really be into trouble. But if, for you people, majority of you here, that have not retired and you are not approaching retirement and so on, you will retire, you will pay your employer. It is a good thing because this is an area that will really give you a good standing, that you will not be thinking about tomorrow, like one of the testifiers was telling us that he has already programmed how to pay the fees of his children and the rest of them. So you are in the best place, and I'm telling you as a retiree, luckily for me, I didn't work with the normal government institutions, and therefore my pay was a bit higher than most of those people who work in government institutions, the normal ministries. But I am telling you, it is good that you people are here, and I encourage you to thank your God for being here. Thank you.
Wow, please appreciate Ambassador Putandala. Let's appreciate him. He said 3 things that I want to make reference to. Please let the others give him the mic. Ambassador Peter Emefiele. He made mention of something. Is there any chance, is there any circumstance where you might not get your gratuity? Is it possible?
That's when very rare when there's a chronic case against you, then you may not.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Now, he said if you retire at 60, as a man, they will calculate that you are supposed to give extra 18 years and divide your money across 18 years. What happens when you stubbornly refuse to die after 18 years? Did you get the joke? Let me say it again. When you are retiring, they plan your pension, they plan and calculate it for extra 18 years. Because they expect that you should not live longer than 18 years after retirement. What if you refuse to die? And say, after 18 years after retirement, you are still alive and fine. Do they say you are on your own? We encourage you to die, you said no. Or do they give you some extra money on top of retirement? Please, sir.
Hello. This one area I used to encourage my colleagues, my connectors. I said my dad lived 37 years after retirement. 37 years after retirement, he was alive. He died after. Today, by few months time, I'll be 67 years old. Few months time. Most of the things we do here or we say here do not excite us. when you say you are traveling, you know, in the service, 2 weeks I joined the service, I was traveling around the whole world. There's no 5-star hotel I've not stayed in this world. From Brazil to Vienna, Austria, to name it, anywhere in the world, we've been there. So it doesn't excite us when we're talking about traveling. We've passed that. But what the difference is that we were government children. Government children, anything we did while we were in government was not sponsored by us, was sponsored by government. So when you are detached from it, you find that you become empty, so to say. So why not from beginning begin to create your own business, your entrepreneurship, so you can live on your own. Most of you have not experienced what we have experienced. What we tell you, you don't understand. We have lived a good life. I've told you. I'm repeating it. We have lived well. Give us official cars, houses here and there. We've lived well. But it's not as good as creating your future on your own by yourself. So when my brother invited me to this business, we've been friends for over something years, and I came in and I saw it. It's a seamless business. It's a connecting people. On record, he knows I was the first person that made 1 million naira in the first month I came into this business. They say connect people. I say that or they say yes. 20 people followed me. We started filling account madness in start team. 15 accounts in Shalom. I did nobody join me if you are not doing 15 accounts. Okay? Nobody. He knows. 1 million in 1 month. We did it and several. But again, talking about the business in that direction, we found out that high-level connectors, and we're reviewing it now, may not do the business the way you expect it. I'm glad to announce that one of my PAMSECs I brought in here is still in the business. Oga wants to in the hall, Oga wants to. Jab wants to. Okay, please stand on and see you. Jab wants to. Yeah, Super PAMSEC. Super PAMSEC. Super PAMSEC. Yeah. Think about things now. Think about things. So, if you are in any government parastatal at all, where it is the final prayer. I hope you know. As in, final, in fact, the chance that you even get to that point, and it's at time. Now we can learn a thing or two from them. There's a reason I'm doing this thing. If you are young and you think you have your life ahead of you, it happens like day before yesterday. I'm telling you, those of us that have graduated for 5-10 years, it's happening to you like, is it what? The other day I graduated. You just look up one day, you are 65. And these benefits they enjoy is not readily available right now. The jobs are not readily available right now. So please, let's bring wisdom from the senior citizens. So we are here to encourage those who have seen this vision, especially the younger ones. I wish I knew this several years ago. I would have gone find it. So do that, and we are saying that it's a process, a long period of time. And it's not a quick fix. 2 to 4 years, why not do more than that? You're a young child. Keep doing it. The result at the end of the day will be glamorous. So that I think I should stop that.
Wow, please clap for it. He said you should have something that you are doing, okay, and not depend solely on that inflow from government or your employer. Because like he said, if after 18 years, if it fortunately or unfortunately, you live for 37 years after retirement, or yours is your case. Okay? And what better time to start than now? What's better time to start than now? Okay? Okay, so for me, when I was atomizing challenges of the senior citizens, I pointed out 3 things. 2 maybe, the third one is under the second. The first is the money. Now, it said 50%. Imagine you've been exposed to 200,000 naira a month for your life, for instance. Then you now have to start living on 100K. It's not the same as somebody that was earning 20,000, they now start paying him 100K. Do you understand that? Plus the fact that all the plenty something, you know, they gain. So you can see travel now if you want to travel, but if you come from his pocket, is that not true, sir? Wonderful. So number one, the cash reduces relatively. Am I communicating? And reduces significantly. The second one, so money is a problem. The second problem is health. Somebody say health. Most of the health challenges are seen as people grow older. Most of the health challenges. Is it hypertension? Is it diabetes? Is it the cancers in men and male and female? For the male, you have more of the prostate issues and all that. Ladies, you have the breast and all that stuff. They come, they're like disease of the older. I don't know the statistics right now, but I think 3 out of every 5 men, Chief, you might correct me, 3 out of every 5 men we have a prostate issue. Is it 3 out of every 5? So 3 out of every 5 men, we have a prostate issue. Most times it will be benign, which is BPA, benign prostatic hypertrophy, or in some rare case, it might be cancer. I think the cutoff age is 60 years. Is it 60? Sometimes even for 45 years. Okay? So, imagine you now have, that means you now start spending more money on health issues. Do you understand that now? Then BP comes for some persons. Then sugar comes. Maybe due to some kind of habits we have. Some of us that, of course, you also have to live healthy. Some of us, you have some other attendant issues, heart problems and all that. These are diseases of the older, arthritis and, am I communicating? So, plus the fact that there's reduced income, there are now health issues to spend money on. Number 3 is depression. Somebody say depression. Depression is key and it's a killer. And in the document side, what I researched, depression is a comorbidity or a transpose of these other diseases. Okay, and it's one of the main killers. Depression. This man goes to work every day. Every day. He's used to that life. Then one day, he has to sit down at home. Morning to evening. Morning to evening. The other day, morning to evening. Morning to evening. And what is happening? If he doesn't have money, so some people just enter an office and go out there. I will not be going to talk on this. This papa says talk on this. Don't worry, we are not doing gender discrimination. Get on the day. Okay, we're already talking with the lady. Thank you. And because the lady here, they're not retired. It's a young lady. My chief, they call my chief a young lady. She's actually, in this setting, she's actually a young lady. Okay? The super pump said we talked about it. Monday to Friday, you're not going anywhere. You're going to work now, you're complaining, you're tired. How did you manage during COVID-19? When you have to stay indoors for money tonight? Depression is a thing. It's a big deal. How do you manage staying for money tonight? So, what happens is that the senior citizens now start reaching out to their children and their grandchildren. How are you? You did not check on daddy. How are you? You did not check on mommy. They don't just want to be there. You talk about that, but our business comes as a solution to all 3. The extra income, there's something senior citizens have, especially if they live the very good lifestyle. They have social capital, everyone. And if they live the incredible lifestyle, some of you stand up because your friend told you about it. It's not even the whole presentation. Or it's just doing it, can't be in. He made mention of something I don't want to forget. He said if you're not doing 15 accounts, you don't have it in his business. That was then. The maximum now is which one? Megaverse. Somebody say megaverse. How many of you are megaverse? You are megaverse already. Okay, how many of you are Pro Max? Who are these other people that are not Pro Max? Okay, how many of you are at least Max? At least. Dr. T, we need to do the reverse session today. Okay, so our business deals with the money matter. You can have any residual income. You can still maintain your lifestyle. Our business deals with the health issues. We have our wonderful supplements and all that. And as you're building your business, you can even be getting them for free. Yes, your gift check can help to get products. Okay? And our business deals with the depression. You have a place to go to. You have an office to go to every morning. If you want to, you can go to. You have the opportunity to give back to the younger generation. You see younger people there, you can advise them. Don't do this way. Do it this way. It means you are not contributing to society. Am I communicating? And let me tell you the truth. Statistics have it that by just interacting with people, by leaving the house to go interact with people and coming back, the average retiree will give ×2 the number of years you're supposed to have lived. ×2. Stay indoors, there's a certain number of age. Go out every day to meet with people, assume you are still working. The body assumes you are still working. It means you are still relevant, quote unquote. You give ×2 the years. So I'm going to give to the super panzer my privilege to have him on stage. I appreciate him again. If you are in civil service, if you do get to director status, you have tried. I don't think many persons can get to director. I don't think so. Then from there, Pansec, please, let's pass by the super Pansec. There is a super Pansec. So please, you just introduce yourself to us everything.
My name is Jeff Monsu. I retired as a civil servant about 12 years ago.
Wow. And you're still agile.
I have to be.
Put your hands together for him, please.
And there's no other way to do it other than to be agile. I came into this business through my very good friend of over 36 years, Mr. Peter Emefiele.
Wow. Social capital. Somebody say social capital.
You know, we have known ourselves this long. We are related very well. And he just told me about business. You didn't need to preach to me because he has been a pillar of integrity ever since I knew him. He will mention it to me.
Make sure you're writing these things down. Make sure you're writing these things down.
And he wouldn't mention it to me if it was going to be a death sentence. So when he told me about it, and Mr. Tony, Dr. Tony Akabono did the presentation on that day, part of the presentation. And they asked me to sign up. I said, I'm willing to sign up, but I have a medical procedure to go through. I don't want to sign up, and then tomorrow, I won't be able to follow it up. So they gave me about a month, after which I signed up. I signed up with 15 profit centers.
The maximum, as at that time.
As at that
That's the maximum, okay? It's called the maximum mentality.
Now, when I came into it, the very thing that endeared me to this business is number one, it is transparent. Number two is it has integrity. Number three is that what you put into it is what you get.
I hope you are writing down.
Therefore, if you want to make the box, you have to work for it. And believe me sincerely, I like to work for my money. I can tell you, and anybody who knew me could tell you that I make boast of it, that throughout my period in the civil service of over 33 years, I was never involved in any kind of financial turpitude.
Wow.
Wow. And if you want to win my heart, you have to stand upright. And when I came into it, I saw that it is a transparent process, it is a profitable process, and it is a process that you can do working hard. There's some fascinating things about it was there were a lot of young people. They were vibrant, they were vivacious, they were everything you could think of in the business. And I like to work with young people. Very sincerely, I don't want a young person to beat me at it.
Wow. Wow.
Sometime in my service, there was this craze about computer. You have to know the computer. And I said, what kind of director would I be? And I keep on wanting to ask one to teach me this, not to ask one to teach me this. I said, no. I went into it and then found all of them flocking around me for direction and for support. And again, I have my health freedom. The very day I went to inspect Dr. Tony's office with Mr. Peter Mefele, when Tony was setting up his office, I was just, they were just trying to, cover me to us. And it was on the 4th floor. I told Peter, I said, hey, PK, how do you think that you're going to make this? He said, okay, all right. He eventually carried me on his back or on his stretcher. When I was exposed to the supplement, I want to tell you, without fear of equivocation, within 2 weeks, I was bounding up and down. Mr. Peter Ngada or Ebunobi or Dr. Tony himself. And most of the people who were at the point of death, some of my colleagues who came into the business because they saw Mr. Monson there, they used it as a reference point. Now they found out that there was a lot in it. And most of them became resurrected. Business you can do with your enemy. You can do this business with your enemy. What matters is your DTC. The very first time I attended, that was last year, when I attended the retreat here. So Peter and the Goose will come and told me, so make a go. I said, no. I arrived here 15 minutes to 5 a.m. because I have to queue up and make sure that I come to the front seat.
Wow.
I was jostling for space with the young people. I don't want to tell them that I am Gerard Jinek and I'm going to die. I'm going to beg up the next one. So, and that was very, very good for me. I made sure that I am ready for anything. Most of the people who come late to these kind of things are the young ones. it here because younger people are doing it. I said, no. Except I tell you that I felt a little bit shy when you say about saying, I don't give a damn about that. All I know is that I am in this business and I am here to do it. I may not be the billionaire like I'm happy that I am making money and I am not stealing it. In the street. Health freedom is very, very important to me because I want to come here at the next retreat. As Dr. Matt said, the best time to plan for your retirement is day number 1. And then you start building up. When my first son was doing his wedding, and the chairman of the occasion was General Godwin Abbey. So he called my boy. He said, my boy, I'm not going to give you my donation today. I want your daddy to bring you to my house. I took the boy and my wife and I took the boy and my wife to General Abbey's place. General Abbey wrote a check, a good check. I'm not going to tell you. And after the boy, he said, why I am giving you this check is because I want this check to be a seed money for the construction of your own house. And that is it. And then the boy knelt down, thanked him, and pledged that he was going to execute it as advised. And he just did that. So now, I wish I knew this long before. But let me be honest to you. This is the moment of truth. There's no going back from it. Hallelujah! If I had known about this business, by the time Dr. Man knew about it, I wouldn't have lasted so long in the civil service. When Dr. Man is talking about it in 2004, by 2004, I was already retired. But I see a lot of life, I see a lot of vision, I see a lot of hope in him. I'm ready to follow him and carry his bag. What type of stupid person are you when God So please, Dr. Man, you are the pillar, and the other gentlemen with you. This business is about making money. Your own money. Not stealing it. So, since that is the mantra of this place, and it is about ranking, it is not about who you were before. The Obama say, I get that before, not be property. So, if that is the way to go, I'm following you. If you are looking for money to build a house, I have my own house in my village and here. So I'm not looking for that kind of thing. I don't want to own the whole of Abuja anyway. If you want to buy a car, by the grace of God, I'm not using keke napep. Now, so your definition, what moves you, the motive factor is not the same thing with me. But the point is that I have a lot of things yet undone. I have very brilliant grandchildren, and I want to give them the best I have while they are looking at me.
Now that is the definition of a good man. You say a good man will give inheritance for.
I see myself as a point of reference. I see myself as a point of attraction. A lot of centripetality. I had to develop my community. I had to bring up the young people. The young people kept me in there, but also, you know, the person. So I'd like to see you grow. I'd like to see you make it. I don't want you to be in the street. I don't want you to be in all sorts of crimes and criminality. La buena vida will give you all this. I am not saying it because I am I am saying it because that is it.
Wow.
Let me start from the book like this.
Yes, sir.
Peter Emefiele, Dr. Tony Akabono, I mentioned that 5 times. I like to listen to that young man they are called Moses. Like the biblical significance, he is a person who leads his people into freedom. To Mefo, I like to listen to Abasi. I like to listen to the president himself. He's a young man, but his vision is very, very high. And I like to listen to other people like Debbie, Ronke, in a few minutes. Let's not go to the game. Okay? So we're going to get a word for. No, we'll take again the first. Let's mix it. Let's not masculinize it. No. Go in the middle. You just give us a word. She didn't give us a word. I just asked her question. She answered. Then she gave a word. Okay. You give us a word. Or you give us a word. You give us a word. There you are. Introduce yourself.